Thought romance was dead. It's good to see a man who knows how to treat his wife on their anniversary.
They're not from me.
What? Oh, so Kim has a secret admirer then?
That's not funny. Could be from anybody. Do you think I should steam it open?
Dad, come on. Let's go and confront her with the evidence.
Oh, Frank. How lovely.
They're not from me. Oh. Go on, open it. Who's been sending you flowers?
I'm gonna bash them up then. Oh, that's nice. They're from Gordon White.
The hunter. What's he sending you flowers for?
Thank me for dinner the other evening.
Dad was just telling me about the mares.
Great, isn't it? It's that old nag of Turner's.
Champion. It's hardly an old nag.
Well, he's certainly not up to the standards I want. And Gordon White, Hunt's secretary, wasn't very complimentary about him either. I'll tell you, if those mares are taken, I will sue Turner for every penny he's got. I'm going to abort them and sue Turner.
You can't abort.
Why not? What good will they be?
You might have two perfectly fit and healthy foals. These mares are nice animals. And Turner's horse really isn't that bad.
Look, I'm reckoning on making 10, maybe 15,000 a time from the horses I breed. That's 20,000 from these two each year. I'll be lucky if I get a tenth of that now.
Well, I hope the vet won't do it for you. I certainly wouldn't. Probably won't do the mares much good either.
All right. What do I do?
First off, stop worrying. You don't know for sure they've taken. So let's suppose they have. Why don't you take a proper look at Champion and see if he comes up to scratch? You've nothing to lose.
Except the chance to make that irresponsible prat Turner pay for the mess he's made. Why should I?
Because it's your only way out. If the mares are pregnant, that's all there is to it. You might at least check out the father.
I suppose so. I'll give him a ring.
Don't worry, I'll sort it out. You go and see Dad. He's a bit upset about those flowers.
Your father can be very silly sometimes.
Who were they from?
I told you, friend of Turner's.
Oh, really? You shoved the card in your pocket fast enough.
Are you surprised?
Looking forward to your joining the Emmerdale hunt. Thanks for a wonderful dinner, Gordon Wyatt. Was that all? Well, at least it was a secret lover.
Yeah, well, I've not told your dad I'm joining the hunt. You know how he feels about that sort of thing.
I thought I'd come home in time for some juicy scandal.
So we? I think 2 unwanted pregnancies in the family's more than enough, don't you?
Oh, hello. What are you doing here?
This is my lunch break. Elsa?
What is it this time, my dear? Are you here on your father's behalf to bully me, or on your stepmother's to sue me?
Actually, I'm here to save your neck. And your stallion from the glue factory.
Sorry?
Kim's agreed to look Champion over. If the mares have taken, and Kim thinks he's an acceptable sire, then the foals can be sold.
Oh, I see.
So, how about bringing him over to Home Farm this afternoon?
Yes, I suppose so.
Good. Oh, and make sure you give him a brush. See you later, Mr. Turner.
Bye. To do.
Ah, so here's the brute, eh?
Good afternoon, Mrs. Tate. He's a fine figure of an animal, isn't he?
So we fancy leading him round?
He does move rather well, doesn't he?
That still doesn't change the fact you set my breeding plans back a year.
Well, we can't be sure of that. And Champion's a very fine horse. I know not quite the sort of breeding you would have wished, but he has a good temperament. And if he fathers any foals, they'll be fine ones.
But not worth £10,000 a time.
Yes, I'm sorry about that. Particularly as I always say, the worst thing you can do is get off on the wrong foot with a neighbour.
I suppose you're going to tell me next your horse was merely extending a friendly welcome to the neighbourhood.
Yeah, they're very, very droll. But friends are worth making. And I would think your new friends in the hunt would be interested in the foals.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. But as I say, they won't give them the sort of prices I want.
But can you put a value on public relations? And what happened to Champion and I could happen to anyone. And I'm sure the members of the hunt would appreciate your taking a sympathetic view of what happened.
Are you suggesting I forget all about it?
You seen the old man?
Gone to Skipdale. Anniversary present for Kim, I think. What have you got them?
Nothing.
Nothing. Why not?
Because I'm not going to be here. I don't think this is exactly a cause for celebrating.
Come on. I know you don't like her very much, but she's good for Dad. Why do you have to be so selfish?
Me? If you knew half of what I know, you...
Yes?
Nothing.
You are coming tonight.
No?
Oh, grow up, Christopher. You've got to come. Do it for me, please.
OK, I'll come. But don't forget, Zoe. I'm doing this against my better judgment. Just remember that. Yeah. Can I leave a message for Kathy? There's no reply at Demdike. Yeah, if you can tell her I'm terribly sorry, but I won't be able to make it. Something's come up. Urgently. Great. Thank you, Amos. Goodbye.
Didn't know you had a date? Kathy Merrick, huh?
Yeah. I've been trying to get her all afternoon.
Well, anyway, thanks for coming. It would have been strange without you.
I don't see why. We never used to bother much with Mum and Dad's anniversaries.
Well, that was different. They didn't do much either.
Well, everything's different now, isn't it?
Chris, what's going on? Is there something I should know about?
You'll know, all right.
Do you two want a drink before you eat? Some champagne in the fridge.
I'll open it. I could do with a drink. At risk of a lecture from the new, lean, green, squeaky clean Frank Tate.
Chris, what is wrong with you?
Nothing. Sorry, not being the perfect guest, am I? Well, I'll open the old bubbly, shall I?
Cheers.
Cheers.
So, what's the latest on Turner's horse?
OK. At least it's got 4 legs and no hump. And Turner has got a bit of a way with words.
Not like you to fall for fine words. Anyway, I'm glad you could both make it tonight. You ought to get out a bit more, enjoy yourselves. Let your hair down.
Like you are.
Yeah, if you like.
Good old Dad.
Dad, Kim, this is for you. Happy anniversary from both of us.
Oh, thanks. Show me, Frank.
Sure.
Oh, wow, it's lovely. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Christopher.
Don't thank me. I had nothing to do with it.
Look, what's the matter with you? If you've got something on your mind, why don't you just come out and say it?
There just doesn't seem much to celebrate here. That's all.
What are you playing at now?
It's a bit close to the bone to expect us to sit here celebrating when you and her were having an affair while Mum lay dying.
That's enough!
I don't think it is, actually. Not only were you having an affair, but you got rid of Mum. Perhaps she'd like to know how you did away with your first wife. Or was she a part of it too?
What?
Oh, and I thought you'd know. It seems Dad couldn't wait for Mum to die naturally. Couldn't wait to get back to his bit on the side, his office girl. So, a few extra tablets and problem over.
You're making this up.
Am I? You ask him.
It wasn't like that.
Did you ask Mum what she thought about you killing her? Because you didn't bother asking me and Zoe what we thought. You did it all by yourself.
It's not true.
I think it'd have stopped me by now if it wasn't. Don't you?
Jean was a remarkable woman. She'd been ill for months before you two realized. I didn't realize how ill she was myself. Until it was too late. I didn't know what to do. The business would have just fallen apart if it hadn't been for Kim. You owe her for that. I'd have given up everything to have had Jean back as she was. But she got worse. And one day, the doctors told me she had a few days to live. Those days turned into weeks. She just kept fighting. But each day she was aware of less. Her mind would wander. She didn't know where she was. It's not easy, you know. Watching the woman you love.
Dad, there's no need.
Of course there's a need. Lord High and Mighty here wasn't the one who sat with her while she cried out in pain, while she lost her mind. You may not believe this, but she asked me to help her. Said they wouldn't let a dog suffer like she was doing. Yes. I asked the doctor to end it. He wouldn't, of course. He gave me some tablets for her. She was in such agony. I knew what I had to do. For her sake. I gave her all the tablets. She smiled. And just went to sleep.
And when did you start seeing her?
I don't understand why you're so against him. All he did was try and save her from a few more days of pain.
He was already having an affair with her. Mum must have known.
Well, you didn't know and you were working with them.
You want to see this as a sordid affair, don't you? It wasn't like that. Your mother had been ill for months. I needed someone to talk to. It was as simple as that. The time I'd put into the business, I hadn't made many friends, not close ones.
So she was a shoulder to cry on.
What right had you to judge me? I loved your mother. But my life didn't end when hers did. You've got to go on. You've got to start again. You know that's what your mother would have wanted. I'm not proud of what I did, but I'm damned if I'm going to let you make me feel ashamed of it.